send a good human being to the swamp because that's about the only thing a man of true moral values, a person who is grounded in morality and good quality beliefs, he is the type of person that we need to send to Congress. And I am absolutely delighted to introduce Fred Costello, our next congressman.
He's actually from here.
First of all, what can you say after an introduction like that? Thank you so much. I am here for the same reason that you are here. I care about the future of our country, for our children and our grandchildren. Linda and I are blessed, and thank you, Mama, for letting me do this. Everybody, this is Linda. Wave hi, everybody. I've been a dentist here for over 40 years. We've got a fabulous practice. The person in this room that I've known the longest, this gentleman right here, whose mother still blesses my office and has worked for me for 35 or 7 or whatever it is years. So I've watched him grow up and was so proud of him. The reason that I got off the couch was I was frustrated with my local government. It took 2 years to get the permits to build my dental office and 1 year to build it. It was ridiculous. So you can kind of fast forward, and then I was frustrated with what things were going on. The guy that I supported for the election for commissioner had a quadruple bypass and couldn't run. So I'd rather run than have a quadruple bypass, so I ran. And then we had problems with pensions and tax reform and growth management issues at the local level. So after being mayor for 8 years, I went to Tallahassee. We got rid of the Department of Community Affairs. They didn't want to let us do what we wanted to do at Ormond Crossings, which the groundbreaking will happen, I think it's next month in March at Ormond Crossings after almost 15 years because of the recession. But we never gave up. We kept with the vision, kept the standards where we wanted them, and now it's finally starting to happen. And the point of that is that if you care about something and you're doing it for the right reasons, stick to it. I'm preaching to the choir here. I'm blessed that you guys are supporters. What I need from you is I'd love to have other people hear that, but Chief, I still want to call you Chief, Councilman, whatever, Doctor, PhD, you know, all these things. Absolutely. Somebody once asked me, so what's your favorite title? You know, representative, doctor, mayor, whatever. I said, my favorite title, beyond Papa. What else matters? But at any rate, what I need from all of you is to just let people know that we want someone who represents us. I'm not saying that our current member of Congress has not done a great job on the national scene. I'm simply saying, do we feel like we have a member of Congress who cares about our issues? One of the things our president, my goodness, let's give him a big hand. I mean, he's fighting for the soul of our country to get us back to the Judeo-Christian values upon which our country was founded. He says it better than I do. He says, make America great again. I am long-winded. I talk about get back to the Judeo-Christian values upon which our country was founded. We need to get rid of people that want to have this entity get this favor and that entity get that favor. No, we want to level the playing field, equal opportunity for everybody, individual responsibility, personal liberty. We all agree with those things, but he's doing it. And that's what I wanted to do. I just didn't know what to call it. Draining the swamp. I didn't know what to call it when I said we need to get rid of pensions for elected officials. Pay them. You guys, I always talk about we need to pay our elected officials because you spend a lot of time. But I don't like pension planning where you serve 8 years at the local, then you go to the state and you serve 8 years, and then you come back and you run for a property appraiser at $100,000. You retire after 5 years at $100,000 when you've been making $30,000 for 16 years. That's what so often happens. And let's make room for this lovely lady. Come on.
It's your turn to speak.
So I was trying to drain the swamp without knowing what it was called. I want term limits. Some people say term limits empower staff. No, term limits only empower staff if you have a weak elected official. I'm very proud of my wife. When she became chairman of the school board, one of the first things she did was say, we've got to change our superintendent, because the superintendent was trying to tell the school board what needed to be done. No, the school board tells the superintendent what they want done. And then if we, the public, aren't happy with what's going on, We don't worry about changing the superintendent or changing the manager. We change the school board or change the commission or the council. So what I want you all to do is to keep teaching me, keep sharing with me, keep letting me know your issues, your positions, because one of my assets is I listen. I'm not claiming to be the smartest guy here. I'm claiming that I'm in it like you because I care about the future of my country. My dad was in World War II. Many of your ancestors were also. I wanted to be in the Air Force because my dad was in the Army Air Corps. So I was in the Air Force. You're going to have other people in this race that are going to promote the fact that they were in the military. I think it's funny sometimes when you see the write-ups and they'll say former state rep, former mayor Fred Costello, businessman, veteran, well, I'm a businessman, owned my business for 35 years, and I'm a veteran, but they don't say that about me, so people don't know I'm a veteran. So I guess I need to make sure everybody knows that. Bottom line is, I am wanting to go to Washington to do a couple of things. The first thing is get us back to our values. The second thing is I've talked about shutting down, eliminating, getting rid of to the 95% level federal departments of education, energy, interior, labor, housing and urban development, environmental protection agency, and there's probably some more because they're not constitutional. They're not anything that we, the states, yielded to the federal government to do. So why do I want to do that? Well, I don't want the federal government telling us what to do with Tomoka State Park. And I don't want the state government telling me what to do with Ormond Crossings. The best government is the least government closest to the people because we can vote out our local people. It's hard to vote out the federal because of all the lobbyists. One of my opponents, the first thing they did, there's a fundraiser in Washington, D.C. with about 30 lobbyists as the co-hosts. So they're going to raise a ton of money in D.C. to try and come down here and buy this election. So we're not going to compete with them on the money, but we're going to compete with them because we have people that care about our community. So all I'm asking you to do is to contact your entire sphere of influence and let them know that Fred ain't perfect, but he's honest, and he listens, and he's in it for the same reasons. So I'm going to quit talking and answer any questions and just let you know that from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the fact that Chief here told me the other night that Port Orange has a lot of 3-2 votes. But the only time they've ever had a unanimous vote recently was to endorse Fred Costello. That's pretty cool. So thank you all.